Okay, in this video what we're going to do is we're going to go through the full process of making a Facebook ad. And in our ad what we're going to do is we're going to target buyers by offering them a list of homes in a certain price range. So we'll walk through the whole process on how to integrate your KW command website and how to get a screenshot from there. So in this example what we're going to do is we're going to choose a specific city. We're going to do an actual search here. So we're going to choose in this case Rolling Meadows, Illinois. So as you see, I can start to type. I can come here and I can click on cities. And what this will do is this is going to bring up a map of all the properties available in Rolling Meadows. Now I can get more granular and I can say I only want houses, and I can also choose the price range. So in this case, let me say, what does our inventory look like under $300,000? Okay, so I have a decent inventory. I should only have single family homes if I've got the filters done here. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take a screenshot of this. So in order to do that, the easiest thing I found is on a PC was we have a snipping tool. So I just come over here in the bottom and I type on snipping tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot. And when I do this, I'm going to do mode. I'm going to do a rectangular snip. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do it slightly bigger than the area that I need, because I know Facebook only allows a certain portion of it, but I want to make sure I have a bigger area so that when it does it, it will zoom in on the right area that I'm looking for, because I want people to see the dots here. So I simply do that. Then I'm going to hit Save As on this, and I'm going to save the photo. So I'm going to call this Rolling Meadows, Illinois, homes for sale under 300K. Okay, so I just did that. It's going to save in my pictures here as a PNG file. I'm going to click Save. And now I've saved the picture. What I'm also going to do is I like to open up a notepad from time to time to keep all my thoughts straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here, this URL, and I'm actually going to copy that and paste it here. That way if I get something happens or I walk away from my computer, I will have that URL that I need, because I will use that in my Facebook ad. So now I just come over here, I'm going to log into Command, and I'm going to type in the correct password. And then once I'm in Command, I always like to click on the red KW just so I can see these a little bit better. It's a little bit easier for me to see the words versus the photos. So I'm going to click on Designs here, and actually I just made a mistake. So actually instead of doing that, I'm actually going to click on Campaigns. So once we're in the top right hand corner, it will allow us to create a new campaign. If you don't have a credit card in there, you can't click on payments. But in this case, we're going to click on create a new campaign. And I'm going to do a paid social ad, meaning that I'm going to spend money to run an ad on Facebook. I'm going to come here, I'm going to click on that. It's going to say what kind of campaign do I want to run and what do I want that name to be. So I'm going to call this Rolling Meadows, and this is only for for me to see this. So I'm going to say Rolling Homes under 300K. And in this case, what I'm going to do is my goal for this is to attract buyers. So I'm going to attract buyers, and I'm going to use Facebook. And I'm going to set up the campaign. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to run, I'm going to fill out this form here. So I gave it a name and a goal, the ad text. Well, the first thing I like to do is I like to do the ad media, because I know I have that saved already. So I'm just going to come over here and it says select media for this campaign. And I can come over here and I can click on add images. And I'm just going to come to my pictures where I save that file. And I should be able to see Rolling Meadows. Homes under 300K. I'm going to select that file. And I'm going to hit preview and crop image. And remember how I told you that Facebook likes to crop it, so I've left enough to give me a crop that shows very well of the different properties that are for sale. So I'm going to save that image. Okay. And then I can do the Facebook ad. So I do it a little bit backwards, but I don't want to forget this. I want to say I'm going to use the Facebook lead generation form. But before I do that, it always makes me select my page here. So I'm going to select my page. I'm going to use the Facebook lead generation form. And I'm actually going to do learn more because I copied my URL here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in as after they fill out the lead generation form, they're going to see the actual website. Now pay attention to when you start to type here, it gives you the HTTPS. So if you're pasting the URL, you want to make sure that when you're over here you don't get double HTTPS. I can do my ad targeting, so I'm just going to say use custom settings, and I'm going to look for Rolling Meadows. Illinois, and by default it gives you 20. I try to go that down to 15. I can do some expert targeting items if I want to. I'm just going to leave it blank and just leave it kind of open to everybody. And then I'm going to kind of go back up and work on the actual ad, because I figured that once I get this part done in the ad, I can focus on that. So I come over here and I click on configure, and you'll see on the right hand side it'll tell me where the different items that I'm typing are going to show up. So for example, the main ad copy. So I would say see homes under 300K in Rolling Meadows. And then I can sit there and say, what is my headline going to be? So my headline would be single family homes under 300K in Rolling Meadows. Alright, so I know I want to try to say it says after 40 might be cut off. So I might want to try to get this off, but I think I got my 300K, and I'm okay with it being a little bit cut off. Let's see, I could say in Meadows, so that way I know local people get. I'm still a little bit off, but I'll just go with Rolling Meadows. Now it's going to ask me to enter a description, and sometimes the description will show, so I would say see all the latest homes for sale in Rolling Meadows. Get a list of homes emailed to you daily. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. Now there's a lot of different things. You can put emojis and some different things. I'm just trying to keep it very simple and very clean. And I'm just going to hit save add text here. It will save everything for me. And then you can see I've got the green check box by all of these. So now all I have to do is click on publish campaign. And if I haven't had a credit card in here, it will ask me to add a credit card, but I'm just going to set create campaign. And one of the things that I didn't quite go over was by default it has 10 days for $3 a day per channel. And I might want to change that. So let's just say my budget is, I'm going to bump it up a little bit. And I'm actually going to say, I'm going to try, I find that it works a little bit better when you do more money over less days, but you guys will have to play with this. So if I do $50 a day, or $50 for my total campaign budget, and I do it over 5 days, that's going to be $10. So I'm going to give this a trial. So I hit save duration and budget, and then I can simply, you can see I really made a nice campaign here. I come on publish campaign. It's going to ask me about the credit card. It's going to say $50. And I'm going to click on create campaign. I will have created a campaign. Now what I find is that it goes under pending review and it starts the following day. So this is a very easy way to run a campaign. We did it in a little bit less than 10 minutes here, and now you can start running your own campaigns.